It's a beautiful winter day. One of those days where you just gotta go take a walk. I have my trusty Ithaca Model 37 in 12 gauge. I bought this when I was 16 years old. I actually had it reparkerized at some point. Had the stock redone. It's a beautiful old gun. I've had it a long time. So it's a beautiful day. We're gonna walk around and see if we can't bump a rabbit. I really wish I had beagles again. I always like to hear the sound of beagles running a rabbit. We had a really good dog. His name was Louie. Never barked in the kennel. But boy, when he got on a rabbit, he had a very distinctive bark. I wouldn't even call it a bark. I'd call it a scream. But yeah, what a beautiful day. We're gonna take a walk, see if we can't find a rabbit. Let's go. Shoot, he was sitting right there. So there's just a rabbit sitting right there, and he just sat there until I tried to put the camera down. That was that. Okay, let's see what we can do. I know he's right here someplace. No luck on him. I didn't even see where he went through. There's a path right up through there. I didn't see him come out the other side. Well, if there's one, there's more. It's perfect conditions because the snow really makes them stand out. That's why I'd like to have a beagle again. And we got the perfect rabbit cover around here. Thick. With lots of brambles and briars and the stuff the rabbits love. So we're getting close to the breeding season for red fox. Into January, into February, and I'm noticing a lot of fox tracks, but they're in pairs. So lots of blue jays too. But I'm noticing lots of fox tracks running in pairs, so I'm assuming we've got at least one female around here and probably numerous males. Now last year I trapped red fox and I caught 10 red fox. Majority of them were males. After the season's all said and done, I usually put a little corn out. I usually put a little corn in this little corn trough that I have. and we get a gauge on what deer are left. Now I haven't seen any bucks, just some does, and very few of them. I do have a camera on it. So I get to see pretty quick what's coming to it. But it's out of corn right now, and I'm out of corn, so I probably won't put any more in for a while, if at all. They can eat the corn pretty fast. So I don't have very many deer. My biggest issue during the season was no doe. I think during the season I saw 1 or 2 does, and that was early. So I wasn't going to shoot any does, although I had 2 permits to take does. I didn't do it because I didn't have that many of them. So I found a couple of deer beds over here. There's one right here. This one looks a fresher one. That one looks older. Probably the same deer. And we got this one over here. There's been a rabbit that's been stripping the bark, or trying to strip the bark off the bottom of my apple trees right here. I certainly would like to eliminate him. He's not too far. I've seen his tracks coming out of here numerous times. But I've since covered the bases of these apple trees so he can't get at them. But I can guarantee you he's right here someplace. I'll be like Elmer Fudd. I'll get that rabbit. I just put this pile in right over here when I did that little trimming job. So we're gonna go bump this and see if I can't see if he's in there. I haven't seen any rabbit tracks. Haven't bumped any out of the piles. Maybe this little bit of snow and no sun has got them sitting pretty tight. If they were out on the feed, you would see tracks, and we've had the snow for a couple days. So my assumption is they're not out feeding. Supposed to get up to 40 tomorrow, so I think with a little bit of sun, maybe tomorrow would have been a better day to come out. So we have this Eureka propane stove, and we had a problem with it. And I learned a lesson with this problem. You're not supposed to leave your bottles attached to the supply hose regulator. Because of the high pressure in these bottles, it can damage your regulator, and that's the problem we had. Talking to the technician at Eureka, he said don't leave these bottles on your stove long term. So we've gotten in the habit of taking it off when we're not going to be down here for a while, so it's not affecting this regulator. Now they sent me a new improved regulator which might mitigate that issue, but we don't leave it attached nonetheless. Unfortunately, Eureka has since gone out of business. It's a nice little stove. What I like about it is you can really regulate the flame down to a very low simmer. Very low simmer. So if you've ever seen that scene in Jeremiah Johnson where he's got to get a fire going, he gets it, finally gets it started, and a big plop of snow comes out of the pine trees, puts his fire out. That's how this feels right now. It's coming back, but I just had a big chunk of snow land right on my fire and just about put it out. Oh. See? There we go. The heat from the fire's melting the snow off these trees. It's a beautiful day.